Hi, my name's Ian Williams and I'm the founder of On Point Leadership and Coaching. Alright, so to understand why we got here, you've got to go back many years. So over the last 25 years, I've worked with many leaders, who some of them I would maybe call them more of a manager because of I call it what a leader is someone who genuinely cares for their people, wants to mentor them, and has a really interest in what that individual is. So I feel we've developed at On Point, we've got a really good kind of technique. It's almost a systematic approach to creating good culture. We've almost weaponized a way of creating it, and again over the last 10-15 years it's never failed. So for me, it's not just about that business, but what I've seen is people's lives change around. I've seen individuals who've come to me and they've been in a really bad state. Because when you mentor someone, you mentor in life, in work, and outside of work. That's what a true mentor does. So I've seen people come to me really on the edge. I've seen people come to me who have been about to go through a divorce. And when you speak to that individual, it's not about the relationship, it's actually about the pressures they feel at work and the fact that they're getting berated by a so-called leader who is blaming them instead of looking at themselves. And when you work with these individuals and you see them change, and you see a relationship change and a family unit change, that it's very rewarding for the leader. But I think it's the right thing to do, and that's what leaders should do. And it's not hard, and I think that it really isn't hard. Sometimes it's just making sure that we do put our people first. So the reason On Point came to this is because I don't think it's particularly hard, and what I would like to do is multiply the change. I've seen it happen in the businesses that I've run, and obviously there's hundreds of people I've worked with and I've seen it change many times. If we can multiply that and get out to more businesses and more people can come through the door, and we can mentor more individuals, and that can change not only the business is great, yes, you can improve financially, that's fantastic, but more so more individuals can have an improved life, for want of a better word. And as I always describe, the amount of people who, if they're in a bad position in work, they come home, they kick the dog, they have their fallout with their partners, and the children might be there and they're not in a good space. So the knock-on effect of one bad leader with a group of 30 can have that group of 30 can have a family of 3 or 4. All of a sudden you've got an effect in the hundreds because one leader isn't leading in the right way. So if we can affect the change and do that, then that is why On Point has been birthed, should we speak. Now, my technique is very different than a lot of other leaders or a lot of other managers that I've seen around, and I've effectively came into the door from somebody trying a different approach. Now, it's not saying all approaches are right or wrong, but my approach seems to win every time, and that approach is people first. It's effectively get into a business, assess everybody in there, understand everybody, and try and create a motive for the whole team. Try and bring the team together, and that means sometimes I'll have a lot of uncomfortable discussions. The main aim is to create a good culture, but sometimes in creating that good culture, some people sometimes need to either be positioned into a different role. Some people might not enjoy this in this new way, and sometimes they maybe have to move on, but that's some more of a rarity. The majority of people are sitting there wanting to be led, who are sat in the corner, sometimes feel like they're beaten up a lot for underperformance in that business, when I think we all know in this modern era it's the leader that makes the business, it's not the people who are running around running the business for that leader. So I think that's why I've got to this position, because I've been so aware of this crazy amount of underperformance from the leaders, and the leaders blame the people who do the day-to-day work, who are working their tripes out day in and day out. That then leads us into what On Point does and why and why we're really starting up. So to do that and to weaponize this systematic way of changing culture, we've got to get and see more people. So we've gone really hard on the workshops. Now what we've put together is really high impact workshops with some really emotional content in there to try and trigger something in multiple individuals. So, you know, I've described many times, it's not just about people in business, it can be about every walk of life, mums, dads, whatever it may be. When the people come through the door, if something in our workshops triggers an emotional connection in them that makes them want to change something for the better, then we've got that person on the move. Then it's something's vital. I call just turning the light on in someone, you're sparking some passion in someone. And there's a lot of people out there who, there's nobody trying to do that for them. There's nobody looking for people and saying, hey, this person's a good person, they're struggling, and we just need to spark something up, and just doing something like that can really change someone overnight. So the workshop is a really good avenue for us to do that. We then have the one-on-one mentoring and coaching, because obviously we don't want to just change there. The workshop is a high impact thing, but we want this to really continue. We want to see really growth in people and change. So the one-on-one mentoring and coaching, I think, is a really valuable part of what we do. And again, as I said before many times, it's not just about work, it's about work and life, because they're intertwined. And that's something that we're really proud of, and we've had some really good results with. Now, we've got Kiss My Axe, the coolest new venue in Sydney, and we've partnered up with them. We've partnered up with them because there's a hell of a lot of teams coming through, they're doing the team building and everything through there. So through this activity, which is, you can see a lane behind me here, what we do is we actually have a bespoke axe throwing corporate leadership workshop, which combines with axes. So if you're interested in looking at what that is, get on the website, have a look, and we'll take it from there. Thanks for listening. If you're interested in any of the services that we provide, please feel free to reach out via our website. We'd only be too happy to help.